Hey everybody, it's Dr. Michael Hyland with Hyland Physical Therapy and Wellness. I'm going to bring you on with me on a ride today. We're going to talk a little bit about how to eliminate or prevent neck pain while driving, which, you know, it's not a super common problem, but I think there are a lot of circumstances where there are adjustments that can be made in the way you're sitting behind the wheel and the way that you're using your mirrors, for example, that could really affect your comfort and even cause neck pain, or if you already have neck pain, it could impact that pain. So we've talked about sitting positions, seat adjustments, steering wheel in the past weeks, but today we're going to talk about mirror adjustments and how it relates to your neck position. So I'm sitting in a neutral position right now, in a relaxed position as I would be if I were driving down the wheel or driving down the road with my hands on the wheel. Ideally, we're talking about side mirrors and we're talking about the rear view mirror, and ideally you want your your side mirror, you want your side mirrors to be in a position so that when you're looking straight ahead at the road, you can turn your head very slightly and your eyes, in this case is to my right, in this case to my left, without having to actually turn your entire body to look. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't turn your head to look, because everybody has blind spots in their car, and that depends on the vehicle. It's always a smart idea to turn, to check behind your shoulder, to make sure there's nobody in your blind spot. But if you're just doing a quick cursory glance into your side mirrors, you shouldn't have to physically turn your head or lean to look to see the side and rear of your car. If you're talking about your rear view mirror, and this is going to sound strange, but sometimes when you get up in the morning and start your commute, you're a little bit taller than you were when you came home at 5:30 or whatever time you came home from work. And the reason being, when you're sleeping, the discs in your spine, because you're lying down and gravity's not pulling everything together, squishing those discs together, your discs actually separate and fill with more fluid overnight. So you can actually literally gain height overnight. I've often found that when I go to work in the morning, I have to look up. I gotta think about that for a second. No, sorry. So I'm taller, so it appears as if my mirror is pointed further down. So I actually have to, if I didn't adjust my mirror, I would have to almost bend forward and then look up like this. Can you see how that would affect neck pain? So to be able to see out my rearview mirror, I'm actually having to go down lower, because this is where I was at 5 o'clock yesterday, and you could tell how my day went based on my posture. But anyway, so I'm down here, but I gained height overnight, so now I'm having to go down to that previous level to see up into the mirror. You want to adjust that mirror, even if you have to adjust it 2 or 3 times a day, always adjust it so that when you're in the neutral position of driving, you don't have to change your head position. I should be able to just glance up with my eyes and see straight back. So those are 2 tips I would highly recommend. Make sure your side mirrors are adjusted so that a quick glance, it only requires a very slight turn to the right or left and a slight eye movement to the side. And for rear view mirror, always make sure that you don't have to move your neck or head to see out the rear view mirror, except with eye movements. Quick glance up with your eye movements. I hope that's helpful. Now, I realize I talked about head turns, and we did talk about looking behind you to check your blind spot. That's going to be next week. So I want you to do me a favor, tune in next week, the same time, 12:30 Eastern Daylight Time, next Wednesday, and we're going to cover a part 2 of making your head turn. And I'm going to show you a couple of exercises. We're probably going to do this inside, not in the car, but I want to show you a couple of things that you could do to help your upper back, even lower back, but your upper back mainly, and your neck to turn a little bit better if you're having some stiffness and difficulty with looking behind you to check your blind spots. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and share this, and I appreciate you watching every week. This is Dr. Hyland, and as always, be empowered.